Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Devin's Death Guard. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Dark Angels and the Death Guard were fighting in an orbital battle above a planet. And during the battle, the Dark Angels managed to destroy one of the ships of the Death Guard, and it was breaking up and falling into orbit. And sensors indicated that that a plague bomb, or a large plague bomb, had deployed onto the planet, or it was going through the atmosphere and was in the ship that was breaking up. So the Dark Angels had deployed forces down on the planet, and they moved into the area where they were, and the Death Guard also moved into the area. Both of them trying to fight over this plague bomb, trying to keep it. The Dark Angels trying to keep it from going off, and the Death Guard were trying to just detonate it so that they could clear the planet. So we are. That is the story that we've got going on. We are going to be playing an open war mission. So start off the mission, we had this deployment, which is pretty cool, weird looking. So my opponent won, and he chose to have this deployment over here, and then I lined up over here. We are going to be playing the Comet. So at the end of the third turn, we will roll off to see where the objective drops, and then at the end of the turn 5, whoever controls it is the victor. And as for a twist, we have grudge match. So we really want to take each other out here. So we are going to have no morale tests need to be taken during this battle. My opponent has the ruse, so we'll see that come up at certain points, I'm sure. Hasn't come up yet, so we'll find out. So that is the story and the mission that we're going to be playing. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies that are going to be fighting it out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off the detachment, I have a Primaris Librarian with a Force Sword. I have a Librarian in Terminator armor with a Force Stave. And I have a Librarian on a bike with a Force Sword. We have two 5-man Intercessor squads. We have a 5-man Scout squad with Bolters. We have a 10-man Hellblaster squad. We have a 5-man Devastator squad with 4 Grav Cannons. We have a 4-man Ravenwing Black Knight squad. We have a 5-man Deathwing Knight squad. We have a Razorback with Twin Assault Cannon and Stormbolter. And last but not least, we have a Land Raider Crusader. So for the Death Guard, he'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off the detachment, we have a Demon Prince with a Demonic Axe and Wings. We have Typhus, and we have a Lord of Contagion. We have two 7-man Plague Marine squads. One squad has Bolters, a Blight Launcher, and a Sergeant with a Power Fist and Plague Knife. The other squad has a Flail, 2 with double Plague Knives, 1 with a Bubonic Axe and a Plague Mace, another with a Bubonic Axe and a Plague Knife. We have another with a Blight Launcher, and the Sergeant has a Power Fist and a Plague Knife. We have two 12-man squads of Poxwalkers. We have a Foul Blight Spawn and a Biologist Putrefier. We have a 5-man squad of Blight Lord Terminators. 4 of them have Combi Meltas. 2 of those have Bubonic Axes. 2 of them have Bale Swords. And there's a 5th with a Blight Launcher and a Bubonic Axe. We have a 3-man squad of Death Shroud Terminators. We have a Fetid Bloat drone with 2 Plague Spitters. And last but not least, we have a Plague Burst Crawler with a Plague Burst Mortar, Wrought Hail Volley Gun, and 2 Entropy Cannons. All right, those are the armies that are going to be fighting out today. Going over deployment, we have my 10-man Hellblaster squad over on this side. We've got the Black Knights, my Librarian on a bike here. We've got the Intercessors up here. We've got myself right back over here. We have, I'm going to be my Warlord. We have the Razorback here. Inside of the Razorback is going to be the Devastator squad. So they're inside of there. We have my Land Raider. Inside here is the Deathwing Knights and my Librarian in Terminator armor. We have my other Intercessor squad here, and then we have my Scouts over on the edge over here. Code of deployment for the Death Guard. We have his 1 Plague Marine squad here. This is the close combat one. We have the Biologist Putrefier, got that one right, over here with them. We have one of the squads of the Poxwalkers. We've got his Demon Prince. We've got his Fetid Bloat drone. We've got the other squad of Plague Marines. The other squad of Poxwalkers. We have his Crawler, Plague Burst Crawler, I don't know why I can't remember Plague. I had the hardest time getting Plague Burst going. But anyway, Plague Burst Crawlers over here, and then in Deep Strike Reserve he has his Lord of Contagion. He has his both squads of Terminators and also Typhus himself. So as of right now, the Dark Angels will be going first, unless he can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. No, doesn't get it. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, going over movement here for the Dark Angels on turn 1. My Hellblasters moved up over here. My Bikers and my Librarian on a bike moved up over here. He moved up over here. He moved up behind him over there. These guys stayed still. He moved up. They moved in. And then they moved into cover. And that is it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the psychic phase. So starting off the psychic phase, he's going to cast Smite onto his Poxwalkers there. So looking for a 5. Getting it with an 8. Do you have a Psyker within 24? He does. Do you want to try to deny it? Nope, he's going to let it go. So looking for D3 mortal wounds. We got 2 mortal wounds. He's got 2 5-ups. And no, both go through. Then I'm going to cast onto them with Smite. Going off with a 7. Would you like to try to deny that? Nope. That's going to let it go through. D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. 3 disgustingly resilient saves. And he makes none. And now he's going to cast Mind Worm onto his Plague Marines over here. So looking for a 6. Getting it with a 10. Would you like to try that? Nope. Going to let it go through. So that's 1 mortal wound onto them. And they have to fight last in the fight phase. 5-up disgustingly resilient. No, goes through. And then my Primaris Librarian is going to cast Version onto his Demon Prince over there. So, looking for a 6. No, not getting it. So that is it for the Psychic phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting with the shooting phase, these Hellblasters are going to fire into his Plague Marines over here. They are not going to supercharge, so we've got 10 shots hitting on 3s. All right. Strength 7, so wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got 4 wounds at AP -4. So is it just the 5-ups with the disgustingly resilient? Oh, and he makes 3 of them. Well done. Now my Black Knights are going to fire into his Plague Marines, hitting on 3s, not supercharging. All right. Strength 7, wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got 4 wounds there, 6-up saves. He makes 1 of them, and then we've got 5-up disgustingly resilient saves. No, none of those go through. And now my Intercessors are going to fire into the Poxwalkers, 5 shots. Hitting on 3s, that one's cocked. All right. Wounding on toughness 3, right? Toughness 4, so looking for 4s to wound. We got 2 wounds, AP -1, so it's a little more than his 7-up save, but he's got his 5-up disgustingly resilient. No, both go through. All right, now my Librarian is going to fire into them. They are tough 3, so these are 3 shots hitting on 3s. 4 shots hitting on 3s because he's in rapid fire range there. Wounding on 3s. All right, that is 2 wounds. 2 5-ups. Makes 1. All right, now my Land Raider is going to fire. He's going to fire his Hurricane Bolters into his Poxwalkers and the Assault Cannon into his Plague Marines. So we're going to go with the Hurricane Bolter into the Poxwalkers. He's in rapid fire range, so this is 24 shots. I'll pick that one up and shoot it. Roll it again. On 3s, re-rolling that one that fell out of my hand. We'll come back to you with that. Looking for 3s to wound. Really? That's where I got that one? All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so we've got 19 wounds going into them, so we got 19 5-ups. All right, ooh, there's a fair number of them. How many is that? Holy cow, sir. That is how you do it. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, that was ridiculous. 7 dead out of 19.
Wow.
That is not exactly statistical there. 7 died, the exact number for Nurgle there. So that's Papa Nurgle was definitely looking out for them. So now we're gonna go with the Assault Cannon into the Plague Marines. These are hitting on 3s because he's got Power of the Machine Spirit, so he ignores the movement penalty. All right, not as good. Not as good as the Hurricane Bolters there. So that's 5 shots, strength 6, looking for 3s to wound. Yeah, definitely not as good as the Hurricane Bolters. So we've got 4 at AP -1, so we got 4 ups. Whew, man, 2, and then 5 up Disgusting Resilience. No, so 2 dead. All right, now my intercessor is going to fire into the Plague Marines. We got all but one is in rapid fire range, so we've got 9 shots coming in here, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s. They're toughness 4, right?
Toughness 5.
Oh, they're toughness 5, so wounding on 5s. My bad. So we've got 2 wounds at AP -1, 2 4-ups. Makes 1, and then a 5-up disgustingly resilient save. Oh, it wanted to. I saw that 6 coming. Now my Razorback's going to fire. He's going to fire his Stormbolter into the Poxwalkers and the Assault Cannon into the Plague Marines. So we'll go with the Stormbolter first, hitting on 3s. All right, so we've got 4 hits, wounding on 3s. We've got 3 wounds, 3 5-up disgusting resilient saves, and he makes 1 of them. And now the Twin Assault Cannon is going to fire into the Plague Marines there, hitting on 4s because I moved. All right. All right, strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Oh, no! Oh, no! Who does that? Oh. And then my scouts are going to fire into the Plague Marines there. So they're rapid fire range, 10 shots, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Strength 4, toughness 5, looking for 5s to wound. We got 1 wound. 1, 3 up. He's good. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. So on to the assault phase. We're going to have my Black Knights are going to charge into his Poxwalkers and the Plague Marines over here. So we're going to have Blight Grenade here on a 6. Nope, nothing there.
Hit 1. It's D6 grenade.
Oh, it's D6 grenade. Sorry, my bad.
So
1 looking for a 6. Nope, not a hit.
And Blight Launcher.
Got Blight Launcher.
D3?
D3? Well, 1 second. Oh, so it's a tall 2. So looking for 6s. We got 1 hit. Strength. Whoop, 1 second. Strength 6, so looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. -2 AP, so looking for a 5 up. Nope, I did not make that. So D3 wounds. 3 wounds, that's 1 dead. And then their charge distance is 8 inches. They'll get him in until he's something. All right, so now into the fight phase. His Foul Blight Spawn. I got it right that time. I keep trying to say like different words that aren't spawn. The Foul Blight Spawn. Because I charged within 7 inches, I don't get to fight first because I charged. I can still choose them, which I'm going to activate them now because it's my turn. But it's not because they charged, it's because I'm activating them first as my first choice for activation. This is the only ones to activate. So they are going to go first here. I'm going to have the 2 guys there, the regular guys going into the Plague Marines, and then my sergeant's going to go into the Poxwalkers there. So we're going to go with the 2 guys into the Plague Marines, hitting on 3s. So that is 4 hits. Strength +1, so with the Corvus Hammers, so they're toughness 5, so looking for 4s to wound. We've got 2 wounds, 2 AP -1. Oh, actually, hold on a second. No, they're 1 wound each, so that doesn't make a difference. Makes them both. Well done. And then the 3 attacks into the Poxwalkers here. That's all hits. Strength plus looking for 3s to wound. We got 3 wounds. AP -1 doesn't make a difference. 5 up. Disgustingly resilient. And he makes only 1, so 2 are dead. All right, so now he's going to activate his Plague Marines over here. So this is the regular Marine hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Strength 4, right? So looking for a 5 to wound. No wound there. And now we got the Power Fist from the Plague Champion. Hitting on 4s because it's AP -1, right? Or -1 to hit. And then looking for a 3 to wound. No wound there. He's going to use a command point to reroll that. And that is a wound. AP -3, so looking for a 6 up. No, don't make it. I'm not going to spend a command point. So D3 wounds. 1 wound. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. No morale test to take because we don't do morale tests in this open war mission. What a twist. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Death Guard here on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for Death Guard on turn 1. These guys fell out of combat back over here. He stood where he was. His Fetid Bloat drone flew up over this way, 9 inches away from my Hellblasters over here. His Demon Prince moved up over this way. These guys came in from Deep Strike Reserves. These guys all came in from Deep Strike Reserves. And all of these guys started moving up this way. His crawler thing. What is it called again? Plague Burst Crawler. Goo, I don't know what it is about Plague Burst Crawler. I can get Biologist... oh crap, now I'm messing that one. Now I'm messing that one up too. Can't even get that. But I can get Fetid Blight Drone, but I can't get the crawler there. So that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. So starting off the psychic phase, he's going to cast Miasma of Pestilence onto himself, looking for a 6. Ooh, getting it with 12. I can't deny that. So he does perils though. So D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. Brutal. But he is -1 to hit now until the next phase. Oh, yeah, you can command point that. Yeah, he's going to command point reroll that one. Back into a 3. See, I usually have the other one where I roll a 1 and then it goes back into a 1. So, he's got Disgusting Resilience. So, looking for 5-ups. No, they all go through. Alright, so now Typhus is going to cast, what is it again? I'm sorry? Curse of the Leper onto my Hellblasters because they're the closest there, looking for a 7. Getting it with a 7, I am going to try to deny that. Looking for an 8. I'm going to spend a command point and reroll that one. Into 7! No! I rolled 7 as if to mock me. So it does go off. So you roll 7 dice. What is it? They have 5 plus. They take 5 plus. Each 5 plus is a mortal wound. So we've got 2 mortal wounds. So 1 is dead. And now he's going to cast Smite onto them. That does not go off. Alright, that is it for the psychic phase. So on to the shooting phase. His Terminators here are going to fire into my Land Raider. They're going to fire the Multi-Meltas and then the Combi Meltas, sorry, and then the what is it? The Blight Launcher. So these are the Combi Meltas hitting on 3s. So that's all hits. Strength 8, so wounded on 4. Ooh, we got 3 wounds. 3 AP -4, so 3 6-ups. Show me that Phil faces. Oh, and I get 1, so 2 go through. Not in Melter range, so we just got 2 D6. 4 wounds. And now the Blight Launcher is going to fire in there. I got 1 hit. Strength 6, so looking for a 5 to wound. That is a wound. AP -2, so looking for a 4-up. He's good with a Phil phase. Woo! Alright, so now his Plague Burst Crawler, which I didn't have to ask him about. I totally had to ask him what it was called again. He's going to fire his Plague Burst Mortar and the entropy cannons into my Land Raider over here. And he's going to fire his Wrought Hail Volley Gun into my scouts over there. So what are we going to do first? Wrought Hail Volley Gun, hitting on 3s. We got 4. Oh, hitting on 4s. That's still 2 hits. Strength is 6, looking for 3s to wound. We got 2 wounds. AP -2, +1 because they're in cover, so 2 5-ups. Failed them both. And now the Plague Burst Mortar is going to fire into my Land Raider. Heavy D6. 1 shot. Hitting on a 4. No wound there. There was no hit. And now onto the entropy cannons here. Hitting on 4, so that's 2 hits. Strength 8, so looking for 4s to wound. 1 wound. AP -4, so 6 up. Show me that Phil first. No, a 5 up, so D6 damage. 6 damage, brutal.
Bring a Blight Grenade.
So now this squad here is going to fire into my Land Raider. One's going to throw a Blight Grenade. The other is going to fire the Blight Launcher. So we're going to go with the Blight Grenade first, right?
Blight Launcher.
So I may as well. Blight Grenade, right? So D6. So 1.
It is +1 strength and +1 damage, and a 6 to wound is a mortal wound.
All right. So hitting on a 3 first, right? Because that was the D6 to throw. Oop, off the table. So that's a hit. Strength 6, right? You said? Or sorry. Strength 3.
+1 strength.
+1 strength because of the biologist there.
+1 damage.
+1 damage. So we're going to be wounding on 6s because it's strength 4.
And if it's a 6, a mortal wound.
And the 6 is also a mortal wound. So looking for 6s. No 6 there. And then we've got the Blight Launcher hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Strength 6, so looking for 5s to wound. No wounds. So the Blight Launcher is a plague weapon, so he gets to reroll that 1 to wound. No, you can't roll it again. Alright, so now the Fetid Bloat drone is going to fire his Plague Spitters into my Hellblasters over here. So he's going to have 2d6 hits. So we've got 10 hits. We'll come back to that. Alright, so Strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling that 1 over there because it's a plague weapon. All right, so that is 3, 4, 8 wounds. So we've got 8. AP minus 1, plus 1 because of them being in cover. So we've got 8 3-ups. And I failed 1 of them. All right, so now the foul Blight Spawn.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it. I know you have to just throw out Plague and Blight whenever you're talking about anything with the Death Guard, but I get them mixed up there. So the foul Blight Spawn. Oh, I got it right the first time. Come on. He's gonna fire his weapon into Plague Sprayer into these guys over here. So it's 2d6 strength. All right, so we got strength 4. All right, d6 hits because it's a player. So that's 3 hits. Strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. All right, is it a plague weapon? Yep, it is. So rerolling that 1. Yay. So that's 2 wounds at AP minus 3. AP minus 3. So 2 6-up saves. Show me the full faces. Getting 1. So taking 1 wound. It was 3 damage, but the one guy was the only one. That could have been way worse. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. His Poxwalkers are going to charge into my Land Raider over here. Firing Overwatch. I'm going to go with the Hurricane Bolters first. So 24 shots hitting on 6s. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Strength 4, looking for 3s to wound. We got 3 wounds, 5 up. Disgustingly resilient save. Makes 2 of them, 1 dead. And now the Twin Assault Cannon, 12 shots hitting on 6s. Ooh, getting 3. Wounding on 2s. Getting 3 wounds, 3 5-ups. Oh, fails them all. The one guy left in his charge distance is totally in. And now the Terminators are going to charge in, needing 9 inches. No, not getting it. And now these guys here are going to charge into my Land Raider over here. Need a 4-inch charge. Getting it with a 7. Boop, 7. All right, now his Biologist Putrefier is going to charge into my Scouts. Got 6 attacks because 2 of them are dead. Hitting on 6s. Getting 1. Wounding on a toughness 5, so looking for a 5 to wound. No wound there. His charge distance, looking for an 8. Getting it with a 9. And now his Lord of Contagion is going to charge into me over here. So I'm going to fire my bolt pistol. No hit there. His charge is looking for a 10-inch charge. No, not getting it. All right, now his Fetid Blight Drone is going to charge into my Librarian there. So I've got 4 shots with the Overwatch here. Getting 1 hit. Strength, what is it? Toughness? He's not toughness 8, right? So that's going to be a wound. So that's 1 wound, AP nothing. So his save, does he have a 3-up save or a 4-up save? Or a 5-up save? 1 second. 3-up save, so he's good to go. And then his charge distance, sir. No! Doesn't make it with a 2. So he's going to re-roll one of those 1s with a command point re-roll. And 5 is going to get him in. All right, so now his foul Plague Spawn? Blight Spawn! Plague and Blight, it's one of those. Foul Blight Spawn is going to charge into my Black Knights over here. They're going to fire Overwatch. Not going to be supercharging, so hitting on 6s. Oh, good thing I didn't supercharge. I would have been dead. But 2 hits, so strength 7. Tough 5, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP minus 3, so looking for 6-ups. No, then he's got 5-up disgusting resilient saves. Makes 1 of them, so he takes 1 wound. And then his charge distance, his 3 inches should be in. All right, so now his Demon Prince is going to charge into my Razorback and into me over here. So he declared both charges, so we're going to do Overwatch now from the Razorback first. First, we're going to go to the Twin Assault Cannon, looking for 6s. Getting 1 hit, strength 6, toughness 7, so looking for a 5 to wound. Getting a wound, AP minus 1, so it becomes a toughness 6, so it would have been 4 to wound, so it's still good. So look, AP minus 1, so he's got the 2-up armor, so that becomes a 3-up, and he's good with the 3-up. Then we've got the Storm Bolter, that's going to have 4 shots hitting on 6s. Not getting anything there, and then a bolt pistol from my Primaris Librarian is not going to get him. So his charge distance,
8.
Looking for 8 to get into my, ooh, 12. He is totally in. So now his Death Shroud Terminators are going to charge into my Primaris, my Hellblasters here. So they're going to fire Overwatch. I'm not going to supercharge. So we have 9 guys left there, but they are in rapid fire range. So that's going to be 18 shots here, hitting on 6s. All right, so we got a couple. I will take a couple. So it's Strength 7, wounding on 3s. We got 4 wounds at AP -4, so we've got 4 6-up saves, right? Or do they have an invul save? They've got a 4+ invul save, so 4 4+s. Makes all but 1, so 1 takes 1 wound. Disgustingly resilient. Okay, so 1 does take 1 wound. Now they need a 9-inch charge to get in.
Was it worth it?
Yes! Oh, come on, it does! That's not great for these guys here. All right, so starting off the fight phase, he's going to activate his Demon Prince to go first into my Primaris Librarian over here. So he's got 4 attacks. These are going to be hitting on, he's got weapon skill of 2+, but he's using the axe, so it's going to be -1, so he's going to be hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s. All right, so that's 4 hits. 6 means that he's got Death to the False Emperor, and that's another hit, so he's got 5 hits. These are going to be wounding on strength, what is it? Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. All right, so that is 5 wounds. AP -3, so that's 5 6-up saves. Show me them fill faces. Nope, not getting any of them. That's 3 wounds each, right? So here we go. We're going to try this. He's got the 6-up ignoring wounds warlord trait. So we're going to go with the first 5. If I see no fill faces on this one, he's dead. Show me that fill face. Oh, getting 1. So he's down to 1 wound. So he's got 10 more of these to make. Show me another 5 fill faces. No, he's dead. So that is, yeah, he did. Bump womp. All right, so I'm going to spend my 2 command points to interrupt over here, and these guys are going to attack into his Death Shroud Terminators over there. So they've got 2 attacks each, so that's 18 attacks. Oh, Sergeant gets +1, so 19 attacks. Hitting on 3s. All righty, pretty good. Strength 4, toughness 5, so looking for 5s to wound. 5s to wound. We've got 4 wounds? 5 wounds. So we got 5 wounds, 5 2-up saves. Makes them all pretty brutal. And now the Death Shroud Terminators are going to show them how you really fight with some sickle action over here. So needing 3s to hit. All right. No 6s, so they don't have Death to the False Emperor coming in there. These are strength 8, so looking for 2s to wound. All but plague weapon, so re-rolling 1s to wound. Back into a 1, that's how it usually goes. So 6 wounds, AP -3. So we've got 6 6-up saves. Show me them fill faces. Nope, or 1 fill face. So we've got 5 that go through. What is it? You got to do it 1 at a time because they've got multiple wounds. So 1 is the dead guy. That's a dead guy. That's a dead guy. That is a dead guy. And no, that's a 1 wound there. So that is, it was only 5 because I made 1 and 6s. So yeah, so 4 dead guys and 1 wounded guy. All right. And now the Fetid Blight drone is going to attack into my Librarian over here. So we got 3 attacks hitting on 4s. All right, so that's 1 hit. Strength. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, 1 second. Strength 6 and wounded on a 3. That is a wound. AP -2, so looking for a 5-up. And he's good with a 5. Woo!
5.
All right, so now his Foul Blight Spawn. Foul Blight Spawn is going to attack into here. He's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on strength 6 because the 6 to hit Death to the False Emperor. So 2 hits, wounding on that's 1 wound. AP. No AP, so looking for a 3-up. He's good with a fill face. All right, so now the Biologist Putrefier is going to attack into my scouts. Got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Got 1 hit, strength 4, so looking for a 4 to wound. That's a wound. AP, no AP, so 4 up. He's good with a 4. All right, we're going to start here with the Lone Poxwalker into my Land Raider. So he's going to have 1 attack, hitting on a, what is it?
5+.
Hitting on a 5. That's a hit. Strength, looking to 6. Strength, I'm not, no wound there. No. All right, so now his Plague Marines are going to attack into my Land Raiders. So we're going to start out with the guy with the Plague Blight Launcher.
Knife.
Oh, the Plague Knife here. So hitting on a 3, that's a hit. Looking for a 6 to wound. No wound there. But it wasn't a 1, so he didn't get to reroll it. Now we're going to go with the
Mace.
The Mace. So this is going to be hitting on 3s.
Yep.
2 hits.
Death to the False Emperor.
Death to the False Emperor. All right, so that is 3 hits out of 2. And now it's strength, what is it?
+2.
+2, because strength 6, so looking for a 5 to wound. Getting 1 wound. Plague Weapon, rerolling that 1, so that is 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 3-ups. And he's good. All right, so now he's going to attack with the Flail. D3 attacks each. So we've got 3 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. All right, so it's 3 hits. Strength +2, so looking for a 5 to wound. We got 1 wound. AP -2, so looking for a 4-up. No, fails that one, so it's 2 damage. And now the champion with a Power Fist. We got 2 attacks hitting on 4s. Death to the False Emperor. So that's 3 hits. Strength 8, so looking for a 4 to wound. Reroll. No, it's not a Plague Weapon, so no wounds there. All right, so that's all the charges. So now we're going to go into the Dark Angel's attacks coming back. We're going to start over here with my Black Knights. So we're going to have 5 attacks into his Foul Blight Spawn. Yeah, I got it right that time. So 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, so that's all hits. Strength +1, toughness 5, so looking for 4s to wound. All right, so we got 3 wounds at AP -1, so 3 4-ups. Failed 2 of them, 5-up, ignoring wounds because of 5-up, so he gets 1, so he takes 1 wound. And now my Librarian is going to attack into his Fetid Blight Drone there. So I got 3 attacks hitting on 3s. That is 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness more than 4, I imagine. Toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Oh, we got 2 wounds with fill faces, so AP -3, so 6-ups.
No,
invul save, so it becomes a 5-up, so he fails 1. D3 wounds because he's at a 4 sword. 6, so 3 wounds. 3 5-ups because of the thingy-majob. No, they all go through. All right, so now my Razorback's got 3 attacks hitting on 6s. Nope, no hits there. And now my Land Raider is going to attack into his, let's go into the Poxwalker. Let's see if we can take that guy down. Hitting on a 6. No, it doesn't hit. So that is actually it for the fight phase here. No morale tests are necessary because we're not doing any morale tests during this game because of the twist. So that is it for the Death Guard turn here on turn 1. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2. My bad, my scouts need to attack back. They've got 4 attacks because the scout is, the sergeant is there. The sergeant is there, hitting on 3s. All right, so we got 3 hits. Toughness 5, so looking for 5s to wound. We got 1 wound. And that's a wound. All right, 5-up. No, it is a wound, so good job, scouts. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. They stayed in combat. My Librarian stayed in combat. These guys fell back from combat. They stood still. These guys disembarked, and then he disengaged from combat. These guys disembarked over this way, and then he disengaged from combat. They stood still, and my scouts stayed in combat over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so now starting it off here, my Librarian on a bike is going to cast Smite into his Blight Drone there. Going off with a 9. You're going to let it go through. So D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. 2 5-ups. No, fails them both. And now he's going to cast Mindworm onto his Demon Prince over there. So looking for 6. No, at least I don't perils. And now he's going to cast Smite into his Terminators over here. Getting it with a 5. Do you want to try to deny it? He's going to try to deny it. No, with a 5. So D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. 2 5-ups. Makes 1 of them. And now he's going to cast Aversion onto them. Going in off with a 7, so they are -1 to hit. All right, so my Intercessors are going to fire into his Demon Prince there. He's got the Miasma of Pestilence. That's what hurt him that first time. So they are going to be hitting on 4s. They are in rapid fire range. All right. So that worked. So I got 2 of them. Strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. Got 1 wound, AP -1, so 3 up. He's good. All right, so now my Devastator squad here is going to fire. 2 of them are going to fire into his Death Shroud Terminators, and 2 are going to fire into his Demon Prince there. So we're going to go with the ones into the Death Shroud. The one with the Signum is going to go into the Death Shroud, so the blacks are going to be hitting on 3s. The greens are going to be hitting on 4s because they moved. All right. Strength 5, so wounding on 4s. Oh! What? We got 1 wound. 1 AP -3, so 1 4 up invul save. No, it goes through. So because he's got a 2 up save, it comes D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. So 2 5 ups. Or 2 wounds, I should say. So he takes 1. So that is 1 guy dead. I'll take that. And now the 2 they're going to fire into his Demon Prince here. These are going to be hitting on 5s because of Miasma of Pestilence, and they moved. Okay, I will, there we go. There we go. I'll take that. Strength 5, wounding on 5s, right? Yep, toughness 6. Okay, 1 AP -3, 5 up invul. No, goes through. D3 wounds because he's got the 2 up save. 1 wound, 4+ because he's his Warlord. No, goes through, so he takes another wound. All right, so now these guys are going to fire pistols into that guy there. That is no hits. Scouts are going to fire pistols. You serious? These intercessors here are going to fire into his Plague Marines over there. 10 shots hitting on 3s. All right. Strength 4, toughness 5, looking for 5s to wound. Whoa! There you go with the 5 fill faces there. AP -1, so 5 4 ups. Fails 3 of them. 5 up, whatchamacallit saves. The Disgustingly Resilient. So 2 go down. All right, my Librarian here is going to fire into his Terminators there with his Stormbolter, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 5s. Whoa, sorry about that, sir. 2 wounds. You got to turn him around. You got to face his enemy. 2 saves. All right, so that's it for shooting phase. Into the assault phase. My Deathwing Knights are going to charge into his Terminators over here. So we've got, they're going to use both parts of their combi Meltas. So we've got Bolters, Meltas, and we've got the Blight Launcher. So we're going to do Blight Launcher first on 6s. Nope, no hits there. We've got the Bolters next on 6s. Getting 1 hit there. Getting a wound there. 2 up save. And he's good with the 2 up. And then we've got the 4 Melta. These are the ones I'm afraid of. No hits there. So their charge distance is totally in. And then my Librarian is going to charge in. He makes it in with 6 inches. All right, so we're going to go with the activating my Knights first. They are going to attack into his Terminators here. The guys with the maces are going to go first. There's 4 guys there with the maces, 2 attacks each, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Strength times 2, strength 8, toughness 5, so looking for 3s to wound. Alright, so that is 5 wounds at AP -2, so 5 4 ups. Alright, so he fails 3 of them. They're 3 damage each. So we have to do it one at a time. So the first guy has 3 damage, so the first guy's 3. 5 ups. Nope, fails 2, so that's 1 guy that's going to be dead. The wounded guy is going to be first one dead, right? And then we've got the next 3. Failed 2, so that's another guy dead, and then the third one with 3.
6.
There were 3 damage there, 3 damage each. So 3 of them went through.
Gotcha.
And makes it so 1 is just with 1 wound. And now my Nightmaster with the Flail of the Unforgiven. He's going to have 3 attacks hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds. AP -3, so 2 4 ups because of it invul saves. Makes 1, so that's 2 damage. Let's see what happens with the 5 ups. Fails them both. So 1 guy, because the wounds actually carry over because of the Flail for the Unforgiven. So 1 guy dies, the guy who's wounded has died, and then another wound goes on to the next guy. So pretty brutal. Now my Librarian's going to go with his Force Stave. So we got 3 attacks hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound. Oh, that goes through. D3 wounds. 3 wounds. Yeah, so he fails 2, but the one guy who's wounded, since it was just the 1 damage that went through, he's dead. All right. So now my Black Knights are going to activate into his foul Blight Spawn. Ha! Got it right that time, and I really didn't have to ask that time. So they're going to attack in 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 5, wounding on 4s. Oh. And now my opponent's going to activate his Fetid Blight Drone into my Librarian there. So he's got 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Got 1 hit. Strength 6, right? Strength 5. So wounding on a 4. That's a wound. AP minus 2, so 5 up. No, goes through. D3 damage. That's 2 damage. And now my scouts are going to activate. So we got 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s. 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. No wounds there. And now his Biologist Putrefier is going to go. Hitting on 3s. 6 is Death to the False Emperor. So still 1 hit. That is 1 wound. AP. No AP. So 4 up. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! Now my Librarian is going to activate 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Not getting any wounds. Bwomp, bwomp. And now the foul Blight Spawn is going to go in. That is 2 hits. 6 Death False Emperor. So that is 3 hits. Strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. No wounds there. And now his Lone Terminator over here is going to attack. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. No hits there. Okay. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Death Guard on turn 2. All right, so at the beginning of the phase here, he's got a, what's the name of the rule again? Nurgle's Gift. So every Death Guard unit that is within 7 inches of the Lord of Contagion is surrounded by a deadly aura. So what happens is every unit within, enemy unit within 1 inch of that Death Guard unit at the beginning of the turn has to take, you have to roll a dice, and on a 4+, it takes a mortal wound. So we're going to go into my Deathwing Knights first, 4+. Nope, and then into my Librarian. It does happen, so my Librarian takes a mortal wound. All right, movement phase. These guys kind of stood still. He stayed in combat. His Demon Prince flew back over to here. He fell out of combat over to there. The Death Shroud Terminators are moving up around over here. Typhus is making his way over this way. His Lord of Contagion is moving up towards this combat over here. His Terminator stayed in combat. The what's his face Poxwalker is moving up over this way, and same thing with the Plague Marines over here. And then he stayed in combat over there with my scouts, and his crawler over here stayed still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. Yeah, he forgot that he wanted to move them, so they moved. That's cool. So, starting off the psychic phase, his Demon Prince is going to cast Miasma Pestilence onto himself. So, leaning a 6. No, not getting it with a 5. All right, so now Typhus is going to give Putrescent Vitality to these guys over here, his Death Shroud Terminators, needing a 6. Getting it with a 6. I am going to try to deny that with my Librarian. He's within 12 inches. He's got a Psychic Hood, which gives him +1 to denial. So looking to roll a 6 at this point. Getting it with it. Wow, okay. That would have been denying most things. And now he's going to cast Curse of the Leper onto these guys over here. Onto my Intercessor. Need a 7. Ooh, gets it with an 8. All right, so 7 dice. Every 5+ is a mortal wound. Getting 1 mortal wound. All right, so here we go. At the top of his shooting phase, so that's it for psychic phase, he's going to spend his last 3 command points on Nurgle's Wrought, which is a stratagem that can be used once per battle in the shooting phase. Select a friendly Death Guard character. He's going to have his Demon Prince, thank you very much, over there. He is going to use it, and he has roll a d6 for every unit within 7 inches of them. On a 4+, the unit being rolled for suffers d3 mortal wounds. Nurgle models cannot be injured, cannot be wounded by Nurgle's Rot. In fact, they find it rather refreshing. So, gross and also brutal. So, he is going to roll it. We worked it out. So, this unit, this unit, this unit, this unit, and this unit are all within 7 inches. So, pretty awesome. We're going to go into the Devastator squad first. On a 4+. That is D3 mortal wounds. Oh, 3 mortal wounds. Killer. Then into my Razorback over here. 4+. Oh no, D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. Oh no. Into my Black Knights over here. Oh, 4+, D3 mortal wounds. Oh, 1 mortal wound. Okay. Then into my Librarian here. D3, looking for a 4+. Oh man. D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. Then into these guys over here. No, nothing there. Finally, it failed. He changed dice. That was his mistake. Oh, brutal. So, yeah, that was killer. All right, continuing the shooting phase. He's going to shoot his Injector pistol into my scouts. That is a hit.
Strength 4.
Strength 4. So looking for a 4. No
Plague
wound
weapon.
there. But it's a plague weapon. No, still not a wound.
Mortar first.
All right, the Plague Burst Crawler is going to fire everything into my Land Raider there. The what is it? The Hailstorm? No, the Wrought Hail Valley Gun is not within range. So first we're gonna do. What are you gonna do first? We're gonna do the mortar first. So D6 hit, shots, 4 shots. These are gonna be hitting on 4s. We got 3 hits. Strength what?
Strength is 8.
Strength 8. So looking for 4s to wound. We got 1 wound. Oh, reroll because of Plague Weapon. So we got 2 wounds. AP minus 2, so looking for 4 ups. Adds up to a 4. 2d3. So 4 damage, he is dead. Does he explode? Yep. He does with a 6! Oh, man. No, man, he's going to kill that Poxwalker super hard. All right, so here we go. Poxwalker, he's just dead because it's D6. Oh, no, D6 mortal wounds, that's right. 5 mortal wounds, so he's got 5 disgusting resilience. If he survives this, I'm just gonna rage quit this. I just saw the 1-5. That's what I saw, that 5. The reason I reacted that way, obviously I didn't have to, but the reason I reacted, I saw that 1-5, and I was like, that's pretty brutal. D6 into his Plague Marines. 1. Nope. So one of them's dead. I'll take that at least. D6 into my intercessors there. 1. All right, I'll take that. Into my Librarian over here. 2. All right, still alive. Into my Terminators with 3. So 1's dead, 1's wounded. And then into my Grav guys over there. Yes. With 4. So they're dead too. Whoa. That was that wasn't great. All right, these guys are going to shoot their Plague Spurt gauntlets into my Hellblasters over there. So we got 2d6 shots. So you got 3 hits, strength, what is it again? 3, so looking for 5s to wound. Whoop. All right, so we got 1 wound. AP, what was it again?
No AP.
No AP, so 2 up save because of cover. And he's good with a fill phase. Woo! All right, so now the, what is it? The
Fetid Bloat Drone.
Fetid Bloat Drone. No, what's his, something
Plague
spitters? Plague Spitters. From the Fetid Bloat Drone are going to fire into my intercessor since the squad he was going after is dead, thanks to my exploding truck. So 10 hits. Oh, brutal.
Nice.
So these are now strength 6, right? Strength 5. So same difference. So wounding on a 3. All right. So we've got all but, what is that? All but
Plague Weapon.
Oh, Plague Weapon. So we're rolling those 1s. All right. So we've got 6 wounds. 6 AP minus what again?
It's AP minus 2.
6
No,
AP
minus 1.
AP minus 1 plus 1 because of cover. So we got 6 3-ups. Failed 2 of them. All right. All right. So this squad here, the Blight Launcher is going to fire into my Librarian, hitting on 3s. All right. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on strength 6. So wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds. AP minus 2. So looking for 5-ups. Failed them both. They are what? D3. Well, 2 damage is going to kill him anyway, or 2 damage each. Yep. Either which way, even if it's 1, he's dead. Womp womp. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Death Shroud Terminators are going to charge into my into my guys. What are they? The Hellblasters. Thank you, sir. My opponent knows my army better than I do at this point. They're going to fire in there. I am going to supercharge because I think they're dead anyway if they make it in. So here we go. The first one, hitting on 6s. No hits, but not dead. Second one. There, 1 hit, but not dead. Not dead, but no hits. Oh, those 2s are giving me heart attacks over here. Oh, another hit, but not dead.
Come on, one's gonna die.
Come on, no one dies. No one dies. No one dies. Yeah, no one dies, but 2 hits. So strength 8. Wounding on 3s. We got 1 wound. AP -4. 4 up invul, right?
Yep.
Oh, and he's good. Whoa. And yeah, he's totally in. And then Typhus is going to charge in, needing 7 inches.
7.
Nurgle's number, but doesn't get it. Bloat drone is going to charge into my intercessors over here. Firing Overwatch, 8 shots, hitting on 6s. Getting 1. Wounding on 5. No wound there. His charge distance. I don't think it's in. And now his demon, they did not make it, by the way. We measured. Now his demon prince is going to charge into my my Razorback there. I'm going to Overwatch. Oh, okay. There we go. I'll take that. So we've got 4 hits with the assault cannon. Strength 6, toughness 6, so looking for 4s to wound. Oh, my dice, they lift me up and then they drop me down. Brutal. And now the Storm Bolter. No hits there, and he is totally in. And now the Plague Marines are going to charge in. And they are totally in. And now his Lord of Contagion is going to try to charge in. And he is totally in. And now his Plague Marine is going to charge into my intercessors there. Overwatch. I'm getting a couple, so that's 2. No wounds there. His charge distance. Oh, is totally in. All right, so now his we're going to start off the fight phase with this guy over here, the guy with the mace, the Plague Marine. Oh, the flail. He's got the flail. Sorry. So what is it? 2d3 hits or shots or attacks, right?
Yes.
Ooh, 6 attacks.
Yes.
This is not great for me. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, 6 is for the False Emperor, or like death to the False Emperor, not for the False Emperor. So that's 4 hits that he's got in there. Strength 6, so wounded on 3s. We've got rerolling 1s because of plague weapon. Nope. So that is 2 wounds. AP minus what?
AP -2.
AP -2, so 2 5-ups. Make one of them with a fill face, so 1 is dead because it's yeah, he's 1 wounded there. Damage actually falls over, so it's 2 damage each. So the first guy who had 1 wound is dead, and then the other one goes on, so there's another guy wounded there. All right, so I'm going to spend 2 command points, leaving me with 1 left, and I'm going to activate my Deathwing Knights over here. So the 2 of the Knights with the maces are going to go into his Terminator. 1 of the maces and the flail are going to go into the Lord of Contagion. So we're going to go with the 2 maces into the Terminator. 4 attacks between them, hitting on 3s. Oh, okay, so we got 2 hits. Strength times 2, so wounding on 3s. You got 1 wound. AP -2. Oh, and he's good. And then the other mace into the Lord of Contagion there. That's 2 hits. Strength times 2, so wounding on 3s. He's not toughness 8, is he? Yeah. So that's 2 wounds. AP -2. 1 goes through. Just 3 damage onto him. So 3 ignoring them because of the thing. No, he makes 1, so that's 2 damage onto Lord of Contagion. Yes. And then the flail of the Unforgiven is going to go in there, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on, what's his toughness? Is it 5 or 6? 5, so wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds, AP -3. Makes 1 with a 4-up invul save, so that is just 2 more damage onto him. 2 ignoring because of the thing, and they do go through. All right, so now his Lord of Contagion is going to attack into my Terminators over here. So his Plague Reaper is going to be hitting on 2s. All right. At Death to the False Emperor. So that's 4 hits. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. We've got 4 wounds. AP -3. 4, but they've got Storm Shield, so that's 4 3-ups. And I'm going to spend a command point on that one. Yeah, make them all. Woo! And now his Plague Marines over here are going to attack. So there's 2 of them there. Regular dude is going to attack in here, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Death to the False Emperor. That's another hit, but it doesn't double explode. And now these, no wounds there. And then the other guy with the Plague Knives, re-rolling it because it's a Plague weapon. So what is it? Strength? Strength 4. So 1 wound onto there because they're. So it's 1 wound, AP minus nothing, so 3 up, and he's good. Power Fist is now going to attack in here, hitting on 4s. No hits there. And now the Demon Prince is going to attack on in there with his giant axe. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, so 3 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 3s. We got 1 wound, AP minus 3. So, looking for a 6 up. Whoa, that fell off the table. Show me that fill face. No, I don't get it. He caught it on a fill face, though. So, no, it goes through. So, that is 3 damage. All right, now these Death Shroud Terminators are going to attack in here. So, we've got, what are they, 2 attacks each? 3 attacks. 3 attacks each. 4 attacks for the sergeant. 4 attacks for the sergeant, 3 attacks for the regular guy there. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 3s, right? Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. All right, so we Plague Weapon. So that is going to be 5 wounds at AP minus 3, right? Or 5 wounds at AP minus 3. Looking for 6 up, showing them fill faces. Or none, so they are all dead. Well, no, it's D3. So the first one will just kill a guy. So then the second one is going to kill a guy. Third one is killing a guy. Fourth one is doing 1 wound. And then the 5th one kills that guy. So that was, 5. Yeah, okay, so there's 1 guy left. All right, so now his Terminator is going to attack into my Librarian over here. So it's 2 attacks, hitting on not ones. So, bwomp, bwomp. All right, so now I'm going to activate my Black Knights. The regular Black Knight is going to attack into his Foul Plague Spawn? Blight Spawn, I was right! I second-guessed myself, and that's what I get for second-guessing myself, is being wrong. Anyway, regular guy into the Foul Blight Spawn. Oh, man. And then the Sergeant's going to go into the regular guy. So we're going to go with the regular into the Foul Blight Spawn. No hits there, that's what I get for getting it wrong. And then the Sergeant into the Plague Marines. Oh boy. And now his Biologist Putrefier is going to attack into my scouts. Woo! Death to the False Emperor. Woo! Okay, 5 attacks. 5 hits on 3 attacks. He's real angry. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Okay, so we got 3 wounds. 3 4-ups. 2 are dead. All right, Jenkins is still alive. I could have let the Sergeant get another attack, but it's way funnier if Jenkins is the one attacking back. So here comes Jenkins' attack back, hitting on a 3. Oh yeah, he's ready for this. Wounding on a 5. I mean, or not. Yeah. What was that die roll? Jenkins. And now the Foul Blight Spawn is attacking. 3 attacks. 1 hit. Wounding on a, not a 3. All right, so now my Razorback is going to try to open his door into the face of his Demon Prince there. D3 attacks. 1 attack. Hey, but it's a hit. Strength 6, toughness 6. That is, it's not a wound. And now my Sergeant over here is going to attack. That's all hits. Here we go. That is no wounds. And now these guys over here are going to attack back. Got 9 attacks because the Sergeant's still there, hitting on 3s. Whoa, that was violent. Alrighty. Wounding on 5s. We got 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. Ooh, fails 1, 5 up. No, so he is dead. And now my Librarian is going to attack into his Terminator over here. That is 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. AP minus 1. That is 2 saves. All right, and that is it for the Death Guard turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. He fell back. He stayed in combat there. They stood still. Black Knight stayed in combat over here. Jenkins fell back over there. These guys stood still, and these guys stayed in combat. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, starting off the psychic phase, he is going to cast Smite into his Terminator over there. Getting it with 7. Do you want to try to deny it? Because I think you're he should be within 24. Oh, yeah, he's in. He's in 24. Want to try to deny it?
Yep.
All right, so looking for 8. I got a 7, so looking for 8. No, not getting it. So D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds, so he is dead. Oh, 5 ups. I forgot. No, now he's dead. And now he's going to cast Mind Worm into his Lord of Contagion there. Oh, no, and I cannot. And I cannot. Oh, my God. Okay, here we go. D3 mortal wounds. Oh, 2 mortal wounds and he is dead. Hold on a second. All right, so he's dead. And now each of these 2 units here, they're just out of 6 inches, are going to have D3 mortal wounds. So into my Terminators. Yes. 3 mortal wounds. That means 2 of them are dead. Not great. And then D3 into his Lord of Contagion. 3 mortal wounds. So 3, 5 up. He makes 2 of them. Brutal. All right, and my intercessors are going to start out the shooting phase by shooting into his Biologist Dubro over there. So we got 4 shots, hitting on 3s. We got 2 hits, wounding on 5s. No wounds. All right, now my Black Knights are going to fire their pistols. 1 into his Fell Blight Spawn. That's a hit. That is not a wound. And then the other one into his the Plague Marines. That is a hit. That is not a wound. All right, now my intercessor is going to fire into his Fetid Bloat Drone. I kind of want to say Bledded Float Drone. I don't know why. Fetid Bloat Drone. Hitting on 3s. All right. Not great. Wounding on 5s. We got 2 wounds, AP -1, so 2 4-ups. And he makes them both. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. On to the fight phase. We're going to start off by activating my Terminators first here. So I'm going to go with the Deathwing Knight with the mace. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits, strength 8, so wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound. AP -2. No, that is. Oh no, that's not good. So it goes through. So that is 3 damage. 3 5-ups. Makes 2 of them. Takes 1 wound. Oh, he only had 1 more wound left, so he is dead. So because my guy blew up, he takes that. And now he's going to activate his Marines over here. So we've got the 1 regular guy hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 5. No wound there. And then the guy with the power, the sergeant with the power fist, against the Emperor thing. Death to the false Emperor. That's 1 hit. That is not a wound though, and a 1. And now my Black Knights are going to activate. So we're going to go with my sergeant is going to go into Knightmaster is going to go into the Marines over here. So we got 3 attacks here. Okay, and then 2 from the regular guy into his Foul Blight Spawn. Haha, got it right. Yeah. And because I got it right, I got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, that's 2 wounds. AP -1. Oh, those both go through. So he's just got his 5 up. Oh, he makes 1 of them, so he takes 1 more wound. And now he's going to activate his Demon Prince over here. Hitting on 3s. It's all hits. Strength 8, right? So wounding on 3s. Got 3 wounds. AP -3, so looking for 6 up. Showing them fill faces. Getting 1, so that's 2 goes through. 6 damage, so it is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. And now his Foul Blight Spawn is going to attack back, hitting on 3s. Ooh, that's all hits. Death to the false Emperor. No hit there, because the Emperor is not dead. Or false. So that is 1 wound. And 1 save with a fill phase. Woo! And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here at the top of turn 3. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Death Guard here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Death Guard here on turn 3. All these guys stayed in combat with my Black Knights. His Dark Shroud kind of spread out a bit so that they're within range of their death spurts over here. Typhus is moving up over here, slowly but surely. His Demon Prince flew over here. So did his Fetid Bloat drone. That guy stayed over there looking on Jenkins. And then his Plague Burst Crawler. Yeah! Woo! Managed to is just staying where he is so that he can just keep shooting down the board. So that is it for movement. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, Psychic phase now. Demon Prince is going to cast Smite into my Primaris there. Going off with a 7. I don't have any Psychers left, so D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. And now Typhus is going to Smite into them. Going off with a 9. D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. And now Typhus is going to cast Curse of the Leper into them. 7. Looking for 7. Getting it with an 8. So now he has 7 dice that he has to roll. On 5 ups, they will take a mortal wound. We've got none. Okay, whew, I'll take that. He fell over. He fainted. He fainted from fear that was going to be killing him. But he's still alive, no matter how many times he faints. Starting off the shooting phase, his Death Shrouds are going to fire their Plague Spurts. No, Plague Spurts. I was right. No, man, I keep second guessing myself. Just got to say Plague plus something, and you get it right in Death Guard. So, Blight. Plague or Blight, you're good. So they're going to put their Plague Spitters into his Squirters, Spitters, whatever. Plague Spitters. So 4 hits. Plague Spurts. Plague Spurt Gauntlets, that's what it is. Okay. So 4 hits. Strength 5, looking for 5s to wound. Is strength 3, right? So that's 3 wounds. AP minus nothing, so 2 ups. And I make them all. Woo! And now 2 Plague Spitters from his Fetid Bloat drone into my Deathwing Knights over there. We've got 6 hits. These are going to be strength 6, right? So wounding on 3s. So we've got 2, rerolling 1 because it's a demon weapon. No, plague weapon, sorry. So that's 4 wounds there. AP minus 1, or at least 1. So we've got 3 up saves because of the shields. And I make them all. All right, so now the Demon Prince is going to fire into, Typhus. Sorry, is going to fire into the intercessors there with his, what's it called again?
It's called
It's something like...
Destroyer Hive.
Destroyer Hive. So it's a pistol, 2d6. Okay, we've got 10 attacks coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 2s, right?
Nope, got to hit on 5s.
Hitting on 5s, okay.
Special hit.
Special hit, so hitting on 5s. Ooh. Man, he could have been hitting on 2s for all of those. Look at that, 7 hits. Strength what? I keep asking him questions, and he's like, strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. All right, so we've got rerolling 1s because it's being a plague weapon. Okay, so we've got 2 wounds. AP what?
-3.
AP -3 plus 1, so looking for 5 ups. Failed them both, so yeah, you did die. And then he's got 1, now you're dead. And then 1 wound onto my sergeant. All right, his Biologist Putrefier is going to shoot his Injector pistol into Jenkins over there. No, he will not. All right, so now his Plague Burst Crawler, yeah, is going to go firing. He's going to fire his what's it called? The Wrought Hail. I knew it was going to be Wrought. Wrought Hail volley gun into Jenkins, and then everything else is going to go into my intercessors over here. So, what are we going to go first? Wrought Hail, hitting on 4s. We got 3 hits. Strength. Oop. No, 1s are not going to do the wounding. And now the Entropy Cannon is going to fire into my intercessors, hitting on 4s. We got 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound. AP -3. Oh, AP -4. So 6 ups in cover there. No, goes through. Damage 3. So, well, that 1 guy is dead. So now the Plague Burst Mortar is going to fire into them. So we're going to have D6 shots. 3 shots. Hitting on 4s. We've got 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Right? Strength 8. So that is 2 wounds. Either which way, it's definitely more than 4. So it's 2 wounds. AP -2 plus 1 because of cover, looking for 4 ups. And I failed 1 of them. 6 wounds, so 1 is totally just blown up. Now his Biologist is going to charge into Jenkins over there in the assault phase. Jenkins is going to Overwatch. Not getting any hits. His charge distance, yeah, it's totally in. All right, now his Fetid Bloat drone is going to charge into my Terminators over here, and he is totally in. And now his Demon Prince is going to charge into my Intercessor there. No hits in Overwatch. Charge distance 4 inches should be in. And now his Death Shroud Terminators are going to charge into my Hellblaster, who's going to supercharge. So, hitting on a 6. No hits, but he doesn't explode. Which actually he probably should have tried to explode. Because they really want in. Couldn't I have gotten that roll for my Overwatch? And now Typhus is going to charge in there. So he's already engaged, so he can't get it. So it's going to be like a 2, 3... I think he needs like a 8-inch charge over here. No, 5 inches will not get him in. All right, so now his Biologist Putrefier is going to attack into Jenkins, hitting on 3s. Oh man, that's all hits, and Death to the False Emperor. So that is 4 hits on 3 attacks, wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound. Come on, Jenkins, you got this. 4-up save. Yeah, he's good with a 5. Jenkins, woo! All right, 1-2 wound on there, so the plague weapon gets to reroll. Oh no, okay, here we go.
Oh no.
Here it comes. Another 4-up, Jenkins. You can do this. You can do this for the Emperor. Oh! Jenkins, why'd you have to fail me? Womp womp. Plague what? And now his Fetid Bloat drone is going to attack into my Terminators there. 2 attacks hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. Strength.
Does not have Death to the False Emperor.
Does not have Death to the False Emperor. So these are now going to be wounding on, that's 2 wounds. Strength 5, so that's 2 wounds. AP -2, so looking for 3-up invul saves. Failed 1 of them. How many wounds?
D3.
D3 wounds? Oh, 1 wound, so he's still alive. And now the 2 Death Shrouds are going to compete to see who can kill the 1 Hellblaster left here, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Death to the False Emperor. That's another hit there. Strength 8, so wound on 2s. Yep, that is rerolling 1s because of plague drones. Plague weapon. So that is 5 6-ups. Let me see. 5 fill faces. I will woo so hard with 5 fill faces. No, I got 1. So 2. Okay, that's not bad. Usually that's not bad. But yeah, he totally did. Womp womp. And now Matt Demon is going to attack into my Intercessor over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 4 hits and Death to the False Emperor. So that's still only 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. So that is 4 wounds. AP -3, right? So 4 6-ups. Can I get 6 fill faces? 4 fill faces? No, I can't get any fill faces, and he is just kersplatted. And now his Plague Marines are going to activate into my Black Knights over here. So he is going to. The first one is a hit. Whoa, that is not a wound. And then we got the guy with the fists. That's 2 hits from him. That is 2 wounds from him.
Did he roll a 6 just then?
What's that?
Did he roll a 6 to hit?
No, he didn't roll a 6 to hit. So, and now this is 2 6-ups. Oh, with the fill faces! Woo! All right, so now the hardy Black Knights over here are going to attack back. We're going to go with the Nightmaster into his Plague Marines first, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. There we go. That's what I like to see. Wounding on 5s. We got 1 6, so it's AP -1. That goes through. 1 second is D3 wounds because of the 6. That is a wound. So that's 2 wounds, so 2 5-ups. Makes 1, fails 1, so 1 is dead. And then the 2 into the foul Blight Spawn. So that's 2 hits with 6s. Looking for fill faces. And now looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 with a fill face. No, it goes through. 3 wounds. 3 5-ups. No, he fails 2, and he is dead. And now his my Deathwing Terminators are going to attack into his Fetid Bloat Fetid Bloat drone. So we're going to go with the regular guy with the mace there first. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Okay. And now his the Nightmaster is going to attack in. So that is 2 hits. Strength 6, so wounding on 4s. That is 2 wounds at AP -3. So 2 5-up invul saves. Makes 1 of them, so it is 2 damage onto him. 5-up ignoring, and ignores 1, so he just takes 1 wound. And that is it for the Death Guard turn here. That's the end of the bottom of turn 3. So we will come back to you with the comet that is crashing down. All right, so we're going to roll off to see who rolls. So my roll is 1, and my opponent's a 3. So he gets to roll to see which one it is. 1 in that corner, 2 in this corner, 3 in this corner, 4 in this corner, 5, 6 in the middle. So here we go. Which is that? A 4. So it's back in this corner here. Ooh, that's actually not bad. So we'll see how it goes. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. And that's where it ends up, far, far away from, like, everybody. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels. All right, movement phase. These guys moved up over here. My intercessors, they stayed in combat back there with this Fetid Bloat drone. And these guys disengaged and fell back over here onto the plague bomb that fell to earth over here. And that is it for the movement phase for Dark Angels, because I've only got those 6 models left on the table. So we'll come back to you. There is some shooting. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so these guys are going to fire into his Biologist Putrefier, hitting on 3s. They're not within 15s. All right, so no hitting there. That's it for the shooting phase. We'll come back to you with the fight phase. All right, so over here we're going to start off with activating my Deathwing Knights. They are going to activate first by having the Nightmaster attack into the Fetid Bloat drone. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds. AP minus 3. Makes 1 of them. 2 damage onto him, so he's still alive. Oh, that's right, the 5 up. Ignores 1, so he's down to 3 wounds. And now my knight with the mace is going to attack into him, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, strength 8, wounding on 3s. We got 2 wounds with fill faces. That means something, right? Not rules-wise, but something else. Oh, he makes 1 of the invul saves, so that's 3 damage. Here he goes. If he fails all 3 of these disgustingly resilient rolls, he's dead. Oh, and he makes 1, so he's still alive. All right, now he's going to attack back with 1 attack, hitting on 4. No hit there. And that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 4. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Death Guard on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Death Guard. His Plague Marine advanced up this way. His Demon Prince advanced up this way. His Knight Shroud, Death Shroud Terminators advanced up this way. Typhus advanced up this way. His Fetid Bloat drone stayed in combat. His Biologist, he's going to move him. He forgot about him, so he's just going to move him out of combat over there. The Biologist Putrefier is moving over here, moving over here towards my intercessors. He stayed still, just turning for dramatic effect. And last but not least, the Ruse. He's been holding on to that for the whole game, waiting for that plague bomb to drop down there. So the Terminators came in here within 9 inches of the table edge and 9 inches away from my guys. Brutal. So, what a ruse! He's been holding on to that. He kept showing it, like trying to tease me to say it was going to happen, but then he held on to it for the perfect moment here. So, that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, psychic phase. He is going to cast Smite into my Black Knights over here. Going off with 6, so D3 mortal wounds. If you see a 3, they're dead. Ah!
I didn't even need the Blight Lord Terminators.
Didn't need anybody over there. So, they're dead. And because they're dead, and because everything else will not be able to make it in turn 5, and he will, that, ladies and gentlemen, is how this game ends, with a Death Guard victory. A well-earned Death Guard victory. We were joking, like, just before he dropped those Terminators, that this game, like, towards the end there, because of what we were playing with the open war missions and the fact that the objectives, really it mattered just if you could be there when that thing dropped down, made a big difference. And I could have pulled off the win if he hadn't just smited the crap out of me and knocked me off the board there. And if these guys hadn't dropped down and were probably going to melt the crap out of me. But yeah, that was a brutal game. The Death Guard are no joke. They are super strong. And yeah, really brutal, really awesome. But I had a ton of fun. And my opponents, models are gorgeous. He did a fantastic job painting them, and I always love playing against fantastically painted models. It makes it fun. So, yeah, I had a blast. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Devin, and until next time, have fun.